Hello, Mayor Wes Breniger here for the town of Sparta. Along with my special guest this week is going to be Daniel Roten, the Emergency 911 Coordinator here in Allegheny County. Our town manager, Ryan Wilmuth, is having some medical procedures done. Won't be with us this week. So Daniel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
We got a lot of information that we want to go over, and I'm just going to start off with going over what happened in our town meeting here recently. Some good things are coming out. We're able to have our full board there of council members, and we got a lot of stuff accomplished, and we're really looking forward to getting these projects done. We're looking at buying some new equipment to help with snow removal and so forth with the streetscape project the way it is, and you know about that. You've pushed snow a lot in your lifetime, and you know how difficult it is up there on Main Street right now with a new look. So we're doing that. We're looking at getting some new equipment. Doing that, we still continue looking to monitor Halsey Street at the improvements that we can do there, and a couple other things that are going on. And I suggest if you really want to find out what's going on in the town, you can go to actv.me and pull up the town council meeting and watch everything for yourself. It's very informative. We had a great meeting, about an hour and a half meeting. Very thankful for that. One of the reasons that I wanted to bring Daniel here with us today on the show is Daniel being in emergency management. Of course, the other night, Daniel, we had a little rumbling here in the county. Actually had two of them, a 2.6 quake and a 2.2 quake in the middle of the night, about 11:03 and 11:30, I believe it was, is when the times was. Daniel, I just want to reassure the people that we don't have anything bigger coming. I mean, I think that you've talked with some experts across the state and the country and everything. So if you can, fill in the people on what you know about these earthquake tremors.
Sure. And like Wes said, I mean, we got rattled out of the bed again the other night, right when we thought we were all kind of getting past all of this. But from what I've been told, the chances of having another large earthquake are very, very slim. Now, they will reassure us that there's no way they can possibly predict an earthquake. But again, I think throughout history, the chances of having more than one large-scale earthquake are so slim. So, we're just kind of holding on and hoping that's the case this time too. But
I know it was a loud boom there that first time around, and it actually woke me up out of a sleep. And I know a lot of citizens are out there on edge. I did make a quick video to put out on Facebook yesterday on social media. I just want to encourage you, the citizens, don't let your nerves get the better of you right here. Just remain diligent, remain cautious, remain patient. These are things that were predicted that was going to continue to happen. It was these aftershocks, and this could go on for another year or so.
It could. History's shown that these aftershocks can go on for months and months, if not years, as you mentioned. And most of the time, they're just small aftershocks that don't really cause a lot of damage except to our nerves.
February 9th marks the 6-month anniversary of, quote, the big one. The 5.10, and of course we're still dealing with people that are having repairs done on their properties and so forth. So can you kind of give us a feel of where we are? I know that we have at least 4 homes getting ready to be demoed here in the next little while. Can you kind of give us a timetable where we're headed?
Sure. So you referenced the demolition of some of the homes that were the worst damaged, and actually that bid for the demolition went out last week. And then as an additional note, if there's local contractors that are interested in either in the construction process or in bidding on the demolition, then by all means, either reach out to myself or to Dana in his office. They're looking for folks to work for them. So, but yeah, so that demolition's on schedule to start. They hope to do the demolition on those homes by the end of the month or the 1st of March, and then be starting reconstructing, as long as the weather will allow. Now, they have already spent a lot of that money. I shouldn't say a lot of that money. $6 million, which is a lot of money. That's 25% of the funds that we were allocated. But they've already repaired next to or right above about 100 homes.
Wow.
And a lot of those are smaller, in varying magnitudes. When I say smaller, we're talking about anything from maybe $500-600 to $8,000 or $10,000. Those are small projects in the grand scheme of things. But to see that money is being spent, that money that we were promised is being used in this community to put this community back together, I think that's very positive.
You know, I can't be more appreciative of the crew that they have sent up here. Dana and Rich have been tremendous in helping the citizens here in our county get situated and everything. And I just want to encourage everybody that's out there that's watching our program here today. If you haven't already, or you feel like you haven't had your place looked at again or whatever, I just want to encourage you to come to the BDC, meet with the earthquake people that's up here, Dana and Rich and these guys that are here. You can also set up an appointment, I think, with Daniel in his office, or he can direct you to where to go. But I want to encourage the citizens, Daniel, if you need help, seek it out because it's there.
Absolutely. That's what it's there for. You know, and Dana and Rich, you mentioned how good they've been. The feedback I've heard from the folks they have helped has been nothing short of A+. I know Dana's got his phone on all the time, and he's encouraged me to give his cell phone number to anybody that wants it. So, you know, if you want to come by my office, I'll be more than happy to put you in contact with them. You know, additionally, they have a staffed office Monday through Friday right here at the BDC, right next to the driver's license office.
You have the forms to fill out in your office for an application also, as we do at the town hall, to fill out to help from earthquake assistance from the Earthquake Relief Fund that was set up here in the county, and it's actively helping folks pay for water bills and sewer bills and those kind of things, power bills, anything but construction costs. And we encourage you to just do that. Fill out those forms, and there's help available.
There is, and actually you mentioned that process. I've had several applications for that and approved several applications for that to help some of these folks kind of, you know, get their feet back underneath them till we can get their homes repaired for them. So.
You know, Daniel, again, I just want to commend you on the job that you have done. This is unparalleled in the state. Nobody's ever had to deal with this, and you're setting the bar right now, pretty much across the state, for dealing with earthquakes. And I think if something was to happen in our state, they're going to look at exactly what we've done in the last 6 months here for our citizens.
I think so too. I think we've done a good job for our citizens. You know, I think we've done the best we can, like you said, given the circumstances. So. Hopefully, you know, now I'm not saying we were perfect. We made some mistakes along the way, but you know, we can take all that and learn from it. And if you know the things that we learned through all this process can help some other communities should they need it, then by all means, I hope they do reach out to us.
Again, I want to reiterate too. I said it in a meeting last month that not the town nor the county is involved with the earthquake fund. They're not sponsoring it in any way.
That's right.
This is just a group of citizens that have come together, set up this fund, and they set up their bylaws to help people out that are affected by the earthquake in Allegheny County or Sparta.
Yeah, that's right.
Period. So those are the folks that are doing that. We're just here as liaisons and information and try to help our people here in our county, and I'll be happy to help you in any way that we can. Daniel, you know we got some cold temperatures coming up also, and you being in emergency management also on this too. We want to encourage our citizens to make sure that your gas tanks are filled, get your groceries ahead of time. Next week is supposed to be in single digits there for most of the week.
Well, and honestly, I was checking my phone like everyone else does, and just saw we had a winter weather watch for this weekend, and they've updated that now to 4 to 8 inches for Sunday night, or Saturday night into Sunday. And then, like you said, cold weather. So, yeah, absolutely. You know, fill your car up with gas while you can get out. Get your groceries now. Don't wait till then. Prescription meds. Wouldn't be a bad idea to have a few batteries around. But go ahead and get yourself prepared, and by all means, make life as easy as you can on yourself.
Daniel, this week too, we come out of the state of emergency. I believe we have rescinded where we were. Can you elaborate on that a little bit? What does that mean? Does that mean that we can have to declare another state of emergency in case of an accident or another earthquake or whatnot? Just elaborate on what that means.
Yeah. So the state of emergency is done, one, as a declaration to the community to show that we're dealing with some extenuating circumstances. And two, it's also a prerequisite to open up the door for state and federal resources and funding. Well, it had been since August, as you mentioned earlier, and you know we'd been without an aftershock for quite some time, so we made the decision that it was probably time to rescind that state of emergency. Interestingly enough, that happened to be the same day that we had the two aftershocks. So, but you know, moving forward, yeah, if we end up needing to declare or be under a state of emergency for some future accident or incident, then we will have to declare again. Now,
Could that be retroactive to the last one, or would it be a completely new?
It would be a new process. Okay. Once you close out the process, you have to start again. But you've been through this a couple times. It's not a big deal to institute one. So now, one thing I do want to reiterate: yes, we're no longer under a state of emergency because of the earthquake. That doesn't mean we couldn't have another earthquake. It could absolutely happen again. So that's basically, like I say, it's a formality. It's something we have to go through, but still be vigilant and prepared and be ready to move forward.
Well, again, I couldn't be more honored to be sitting beside an individual that has done a lot for our county and our community and helping people. Daniel, you've done an exceptional job, and I sincerely appreciate it on behalf of all our citizens in our county. We're blessed to have you, my brother.
Thank you, sir.
There's other things that's going on that's coming up here. We got March that's right around the corner. So hopefully with the governor, he has come out and he has said that we need to get our kids back in school. We don't know exactly to the extent of that. We are on a 1 week on, 1 week off basis, whereas some of the people on the East Coast and in the bigger cities are still in remote learning. So we don't know exactly what he means by that, and we'll get more clarification with that if that means it's going to be opened up fully or whatever like that. I am pleased to say that Appalachian Healthcare is doing a great job with getting the vaccine shots out and doing that. We have plenty of people that have gotten their shots so far, and if you need to do that, you need to make an appointment, because they can only do it by appointment only, and I think I'm correct in that, Daniel.
Yeah, they actually, Appalachian District Health has a online form that you can fill out there. And of course, we all know in the beginning they were prioritizing, who was going to get the vaccinations early. And part of that is to fill out that form and get your application in, and then they're going to make a decision. And at first it was older folks and first responders. Mm-hmm. And so as those people get vaccinated and are still more vaccinations available, then they're going to start distributing them more widely. And there are weekly allocations of the vaccine. I know there's been a lot of concern in the community that poor little old Allegheny County was going to get left out. Well, that is not the case. I get an update every week on those numbers, and so Allegheny County is getting vaccinations, and actually a lot of the more rural counties on a per capita basis are getting more than a lot of the bigger cities are.
For instance, I know that we had our joint meeting last week also, and it was brought up that Ashe County had got 0 doses of the vaccine, whereas Allegheny County ended up getting 100, I believe it was, at one time. So, it's just a matter of where it's going, and we appreciate that. I just want to say what a great job our health workers are doing during this pandemic, and it's been over a year now since this COVID has hit our country and took it over. But, our people are resilient. Our citizens here are resilient in this county, in this town. Couldn't be more proud of who you are and what you all are doing out there. I want to give a shout out as we wind our show down. I want to just give a shout out to all those DOT workers out there, the maintenance crews on the county, the town, and a special shout out to Michael Lyle for helping the town out in a bind over this past snowstorm that we had. These guys are doing a great job. And in case you haven't noticed, folks, I really want you to take note of this, is that the snow removal, I think, has gotten a lot better this year than it's ever been. These guys are doing a great job.
They've done a wonderful job. The times that I was out, over the last couple of weeks when we've had snow and slick roads, I couldn't ask for any more.
So be careful out there. We're going to have plenty of snow coming up here in the next week or so. Precipitation. Stuff's going to freeze when it melts at night. So please be careful in your morning commutes. Watch out for black ice and those kind of things. And just be careful and be very, very cautious, and always know your surroundings. But is there anything else, Daniel, that you can think of that you'd like to add from your end? Again, I mean, you've got a full plate, and I know you're busy all the time. It's hard to catch up with you. I was just lucky to get you to come on the show, but I appreciate you coming out here.
Yes, sir. I'm happy to be here and be able to take the time to do it. I just want to remind all of our citizens that to keep your head on a swivel, to be ready for the wintertime weather. We've still got 2 more weeks, or 2 more months rather, of wintertime. So just prepare like you always do, and stay in there, and we'll get through it all together.
I'd like to continually thank Charlie Scott for his efforts in promoting our town and our county with the TV shows that he does, and he actually moved a whole set right here to go actually do our joint meeting in another facility the other day, and I appreciate what ACTV does and brings to our community. We appreciate all their hard work, and we appreciate you, the citizens of our county and our town. For Daniel Roten, I'm Mayor Wes Brenniger, and we hope to see you again next time on the Mayor Manager Show here in Sparta, North Carolina. Thank you.